Alright, welcome back guys. My name is Josh Bowman and I am a brand ambassador for LocalJobs.com. Today we are going to be going over our next frequently asked question of how do I tidy up and improve my resume as a student, either graduating college or still in college. To start with, I like to make sure that my resume is usually in chronological order. The first couple things that I always put on my resume are work experience. I tend to feel like that is the most important thing that employers look for, just because obviously you're applying to work for their company, so they're going to see what previous work you have, as well as your education level and then any degrees that you have either completed or are on the path to. If you have your associates already, make sure you include that in there. If you already have your bachelor's, include that in there. Say you're going for your master's, definitely let them know that you're almost close to getting your master's degree. Let them know the education level that you're at, as well as your plan. Include right underneath that, usually I'll always put my academic achievements, say making the dean's list or any academic scholarships that you've achieved. Make sure this next part really isn't like super important, but your GPA. Say you have a high GPA, your last half of your college career, that's all you got to worry about. Your freshman, sophomore year aren't really important, just because those are your straight out of high school math 1s, math 2s. They're not really important. But your junior and senior year GPA is very important. I'd say usually the last 60 credits of your college career are the most important ones of your life, and I'd say take that cumulative GPA from whatever that your credits all equal to. I'd include that in your resume. Say you had like around a 2.9, 3.1, 3.2 your freshman, sophomore year, and you end up having like a 3.6, 3.7 your junior, senior year. Obviously, that's the more important one. Don't get your overall cumulative, just get those last 60 credits. I'd say for test scores, if you want to include any on there, make sure you include your GRE score if you've taken that. SAT, ACT, small basic stuff. Just shows that you're studious and that you're dedicated to getting a good grade on those tests, a high score. Include any athletic scholarships that you've attained, say full ride football scholarship, wrestling, stuff like that, as well as any accomplishments or high-ranking roles that you reached throughout those athletic years with the college. If you were captain of the year, VIP player of the year, stuff like that. Just shows that you have a hard work ethic and that you know how to lead a team. People like to see that, especially high-level employment. Just include as much as you can in that section. I'm not sure what you guys have achieved, but just put as much of that in there as you can. Include any certifications that you've achieved throughout your college career. Say if you're going for personal training, if you've gotten your CSCS along the way, add that in there. If you're a professional in human research, include your PHR in there. People just want to see these things. Any certifications is good. If you're certified in Microsoft Excel or spreadsheet or other stuff like that, make sure you include that you have a lot of information with Microsoft Suites and Google Docs, or Google Suites as well. Companies like to see that. That way they don't have to train you on it as soon as you join the company. Alright, y'all, make sure you include any volunteer work or internships that y'all have done along the way, even if it was just small shadowing work. If you shadowed a company or a person for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, make sure you include that in there. You can try and correlate it, even if it wasn't directly correlated. Say if you shadowed just a cashier, for example, or a PT, make sure you include that you have that customer service and or money management skill to go along with the career that you're applying for. Companies just like to see that. Any experience is better than no experience, obviously. Throughout your time doing internships, make sure you gather as many references as you can. You want to include references as your resume only because companies like to see and hear from other people that you are a hard worker and that they think highly of you and that you'll be a valued future employee for their company. So they're going to probably talk to as many people as they can about you, try and get information on you, look you up. And the more high-level references you have that admire you, the better. So definitely include as many of those in your resume as you can. Lastly, make sure that your resume is very clean and edited correctly. Proofread it and go do a couple trial runs with, say, friends or ex-professors or people that are going to give you good feedback on how to have a clean-looking resume. If you don't want to type up your resume by yourself, you can use a pre-made template in Microsoft Word or Google. They usually have templates that you can just straight download onto your computer and fill out. They look a lot more professional than probably just going in and typing it by yourself. But just make sure that everything is proofread, looks good, nice little bullet points. Doesn't have to be in chronological order. Again, like I said, I prefer mine to be in chronological order so they can see how I did things throughout my life. Just up to you, I guess. But other than that, if you include all those things in your resume, it should be around 1.5 pages to 2 pages. Mine's about 1.5 pages, I believe, maybe a little longer, but that's about all you need. That's all a company needs to know who you are and to determine if they want to hire you or not. Alright guys, that is it for the video. Thank you all for joining. Next week's frequently asked question will be determined through people who comment on the channel. We usually pick a couple questions, write them down, and then answer them in the next week's video. So make sure you guys are commenting any questions that you want me to answer. Do not forget, we are currently having a giveaway on LocalJobs.com for a free pair of AirPods. All you have to do is go on there and complete your 30 to 60 second talent pitch about who you are and your job seeker profile. As soon as you create that video and submit it in, you'll automatically be entered into the giveaway. We choose a winner usually once a month, and then I'm pretty sure around like a day before the month ends, a day or two, and then we'll email you, let you know you won, and we'll get those AirPods shipped right out to you. That should be it for the video, guys. Thank you all for joining, and I'm looking forward to answering y'all's questions in next week's video. Thank you all.